7 Dogs' Incredible Abilities Explained. It has long been known that dogs have an incredible sense of smell, but a new study suggests that their noses may be more powerful than previously thought. According to the study, dogs may have the ability to recognize bad people by their scent alone. They can sense when someone is not to be trusted. They can even understand when a person poses a threat or someone is lying. In this video, we will take a look at the fascinating findings researches and explore how dogs can be trained to detect evil and potentially alert their owners to danger. The video is going to be very interesting, so make sure you stick till the end. Now let's get started. 1. Dogs can detect an evil person. Dogs can sense when someone is being unkind to them, according to research that was published in the Journal of Neurology and Biobehavioral Reviews. In this study, researchers used real dogs and their owners in a live experiment to explore how canines would respond to various human actions in 3 distinct circumstances. In 3 different scenarios, a dog owner was trying to open a tightly sealed container with 3 actors standing next to him. The first actor helped open the container, the second was passive, and the third outright refused to help. The dog observed each of these scenarios. After the performance, the actors were instructed to give treats to the owner's dog. While you might expect a dog to happily accept a treat at any time, that wasn't the case in this experiment. Scientists found that the dogs were much more likely to accept a treat from the actor, who tried to help and showed kindness toward the owner. Most dogs also accepted food from the passive actor, but they were not willing to trust the person who didn't lend a hand. When the mean actor offered a treat to the dogs refused to accept the treat. The dog could tell that the person was being mean to their owner. 2. Dogs can detect liars. A researcher at Kyoto University in Japan, Akiko Takeoka, followed a similar experiment to find out if dogs could recognize an untrustworthy person. In this experiment, the scientists placed 2 containers near the dogs. One had treats inside, but the other was empty. In the first test, a person pointed to the container that concealed the treat, but the second time the person pointed to the empty container instead. The dogs were happy to find the treat the first time, but were disappointed when they found out they were lied to the second time. The person then pointed to the container with the treat again in the third round, but this time the dogs did not go for it. That person had been untrustworthy and deceitful in the second round, and the dog remembered that. 3. Dogs can interpret facial expressions. Scientists tested canines in an Austrian touchscreen experiment. They displayed to the dogs images of human faces with either angry or cheerful emotions in the lips and eyes. The second half of the canines were rewarded for touching furious faces, while the first half received treats for nosing at joyful faces. Then came the test when the dogs were shown angry or happy pictures of people they hadn't seen before. They were still able to tell the difference and earned that reward. The scientists say that the experiment proves that dogs can discriminate between the 2 human expressions. They think that canines use their experience of how humans express themselves to make that distinction. There was one other intriguing clue from this study. Before dogs were taught the rules of the touchscreen experiment, they had a natural aversion to pressing their noses against pictures of angry faces. This means that our furry friends have some knowledge about the meaning behind human expressions. 4. Bad intents can be detected by dogs. The bond between a dog and its owner runs deep if your dog barks at some people but not others. It's possible that your dog is picking up on subconscious signals you're sending about those people. You may be welcoming and friendly to a person, but your dog will notice tiny subconscious signals that you are not completely comfortable around that person. A dog's sense of smell is somewhere between 10,000 and 100,000 times better than a human's. Your dog can sense when you are nervous because your body produces certain stress-related chemicals and hormones that have distinctive odors. The most obvious of those would be sweating, and the release of adrenaline when someone who makes you nervous approaches you. Your dog may realize that you are not at ease, and it may bark at them to ensure you stay safe. Research has shown that dogs can sense changes in a person's brain through alterations to the pheromones they are emitting. This goes some way toward explaining the many stories we hear about dogs showing aggression or dislike toward someone right before things turn nasty. The dog knew what was going to happen before the victim even had a clue. 5. Dogs can remember their owner's scent forever. Dogs can remember the scent of their owners for their entire lives. A dog's memory is so complex that they will remember emotions associated with their owner or a person they meet. The association of how that person made the dog feel remains stored in the dog's brain when a dog recognizes a particular scent associated with a human that has brought them joy. A particular portion of their brain is triggered, and they remember them. So even if your face has changed, or it's been years since you've last seen your dog, he will remember how you smell. Remember how much you love them, and they will be very excited to see you've returned. Studies have shown that an owner's scent activates the pleasure centers in the dog's brain. It's similar to the way the human brain responds to the perfume or cologne of a loved one. Other studies have shown that the longer you're gone, the more excited your dog will be upon your return. 6. Dogs can read body language. Dogs, according to animal behavior experts, pick up on every motion a dog or person makes, whether it's rigid conduct, playfulness, or frightened behavior. A dog will recognize this right away, since canines rely on canine body language to gauge their own safety. This inbred habit passes straight to human behavior when they are among other canines. So if a person you know says one thing but does another, your dog will pick up on it right away. That is why your dog will bark or snarl at anyone they see as a potential threat. 7. Dogs can smell serious illnesses. Unbelievably, dogs can identify cancer by merely sniffing a person's body. Dogs are capable of identifying cancer-affected tissues in a range of samples, according to research from the University of California, Davis. Cancerous cells emit a distinct odor that is absent from healthy ones. Even in the UK, there is a group called Medical Detection Dogs that trains canines to identify the aroma of cancer in samples like breath, urine, and swabs. In fact, dogs can save the lives of diabetics. A diabetic person must control their blood glucose levels, since they can change drastically and suddenly drop to dangerous levels. A rapid fall in blood sugar levels produces unique chemical elements that the dog can identify in a person's breath or skin. The organization Dogs for Diabetics trains dogs extensively to alert owners when their blood sugar is low. A dog's nose can also predict seizures and migraines, and detect malaria and Parkinson's disease. Hope you guys enjoyed our video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more like this. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.